Yo, what's good? It is your favorite breakdown commentator, Consciouztv. Welcome to another riveting goddamn episode. If you in the building, you already know to give me your nasty piece a thumbs up because it don't cost your cheap self nothing, okay? Thumbing up the video helps with the algorithm. It helps YouTube to recommend the content, the channel to all other unsuspecting YouTube patrons so that they can join the Conscious Crew Kingdom and the family over here. Also, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. Everybody need to make sure that their notification bell is set to all so that you know when CTV is coming for the rapture, okay? Because you never know the day or the hour that content may pop up on this platform, just like you don't know the day or the hour that Emmanuel, Yahshua, is going to crack through them clouds and rapture you and them closures up in the air, okay? So make sure that your damn notifications is set. Now, we got a bit of an interesting debacle, and we're going to attempt to get into some solid conversations and discussions. My co-host is a little delayed. I think he's handling something at home. One community, if your ass is out there, get your ass back in here, sir. I do have the other half of this situation backstage as well. I'm going to bring him up and allow him to clear his name as it relates to this situation. As we do that, I'm going to play this intro and then we'll be back to get into some things. Okay?
I know a place where you can recharge your soul.
Baby, that's Consciouztv.
And in the midst of brokenness, he gon' see your asshole.
Baby, that's Consciouztv.
You gon' heal, you gon' laugh and catch a little shade.
Ooh, girl.
Y'all know he be slaying, y'all better stop playing. Come hear what he's saying.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, so with no further ado, y'all, I don't know where the hell One Community at. I know he had one of his peoples come over, and I think he's trying to get situated. Hopefully he hits the StreamYard link and come on in. I'm going to bring Octavius Prime up since he is backstage. I'm going to get into a little bit of a backstory, and then, yeah, we'll just proceed from there. So what's going on, Octavius?
What's going on, Consciouztv?
Ain't much, man. I appreciate you being here. Before we get into everything, I guess tell the people who you are, etc.
Well, I'm Octavius Prime. I just pretty much do blogging. Right now, I'm just getting started with the blogging. I'm pretty new to the game. I did some videos for like about 3 to 5 years ago. That's pretty much it before the YouTube career. Go to certain panels, you know what I'm saying? Just kick the breeze, talk, joke. I also found out I'm a good impressionist of one person that was mentioned in this whole thing, Shaka Atmos. You know, I do a character just for friends in a small chat, you know what I mean? And just to have fun and laugh, you know what I mean? And sometimes we get intellectual, we talk. Me and you have crossed paths in my journey,
Yes.
And we've talked, and I've learned things too. You know what I mean? The day that happened, did I tell the girl? Did I tell the girl?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't get too
Okay.
far down the road because I'm gonna give a little backstory real quick
Mhm.
because I know that you about to get into it. So, for those of you who don't know, okay, One Community is a YouTuber as well. He's super dope. He's true to his YouTube name, One Community. He's interested in kind of just bridging everything and bringing everybody together on some utopian black love, black liberation type shit. And that's the basis we connected on. Now, there's another YouTuber by the name of Information Man who had a show like 2 weeks ago. And I think it was about the R. Kelly rundown. And One Community happened to be on that panel as well with QT1, who's also in the chat as well. And I met her and I met a lot of wonderful people on that panel. Now, One Community had reached out to me. He was liking the dialogue and the gems and the input that I was dropping on Information Man's platform. So he and I had got connected, and then I saw that he went live a few days after that, and he asked me to come up, and this brother here, Octavius Prime, was also a part of that panel as well. So One Community, the way he kind of likes to do things is he kind of likes when he feels that there's a connection or people kind of find an ebb and flow with each other, he kind of likes to back off and let them do their thing on his platform. He does this oftentimes, so it was no different with me and Octavius Prime. He and I were gelling. We was getting into some heavy conversation, so One Community kind of just fell back and allowed us to kind of engage each other and have the conversation, etc. So that's how me and Octavius Prime came to also intersect. Now, this morning, I just wake up to some notifications, and I do see TripC's Treehouse in the background. I'll let you up in a minute, sis or bro, whoever you are. I woke up this morning to a notification, and One Community is live, and I see that he has my name in the title, and it reads, Octavius is bashing or dragging Consciouztv. It's something of that magnitude. So, of course, I click in. I'm listening. Thank you. And One Community is okay. Let me take you down real quick, Octavius, and I'm gonna bring a One Community up real quick.
All right.
All right. One Community.
What's the vibes? What's the vibes?
I was looking for you. So
you know, I had to get en route, man. I'm just listening for Harlem. You know, I'm still on that mission.
yeah.
Converse with a crackhead till I find out about Sonetta's past from 1982 and 1983. So, you know, I'm running around Harlem, man. We doing some explorations, you know, with my dog in there. Ruff, ruff, you know?
So let me ask you this question. Do you know somebody named TripC's Treehouse?
I ain't talking about that. Next story. Listen, what's up?
Okay, because I see them in the background, so I was like, I don't know who these people
I'm
is.
just talking about what I'm coming. I'm not here for the show and the thesis and all that. You can make that show for the parts that you could do for your show, because you could do that for your content for your show. So that's that part. But my part is just me explaining with anything we explain it with me, and that's all I can control. And that's all.
Okay. So I was just getting into the part of the dialogue where I see you live this morning, and so you can kind of take it from there. In terms of
I went live this morning because, you know, I think the Octavianism is at an all-time high. Okay? Because at the end of the day, this is a person that I saluted, showed nothing but love, gave him a platform every single day, right? Me, I don't approach none of the women like that, man. All of the girls and the women that's around me, it's cool vibes, man. You know what I'm saying? Especially with this one woman, you know what I'm saying? She been through a lot of stuff, you know what I'm saying? So I even told her, like, you know what I mean? We just friends and we cool and stuff, you know what I mean? But, you know, it's good for you to be around other people, especially after coming out of a situation. It's good for you to understand and see things, you know what I'm saying? So I even put her with Octavius on a stream so that he can get to know her. And I told her that, look, now he a good guy and shit. You know what I'm saying? He salute women. He a good guy. He man smart and shit like that. Like, he's a good guy. And I always salute Octavius. You know what I'm saying, son? I call him he was like the one of the guys in my community, son, that I really saluted, son. Like, honestly, I'm not even joking about that. You go on streams and see me giving them King Jaffe Joes all the time. Anyway, so now, after I went on the Info Man channel, right? you came on my channel the next day or so, right? You came on my channel and shit. You know, my platform is for everybody.
Yeah.
I'm unbiased. I don't want to look at my people as no way. We black first, and that's what we're seeing us as. We are black first, and I don't care about that because your life and you the way you living it don't upset my life and the way I'm living mine. All I got to do is concern about mine and my children's lives and make sure that my children is doing the things that I want them to do, and that's how I look at life. You know what I'm saying? Because plus anyway, so we're gonna move forward, right? So when he did that, when you did that, and because you know how I do on my streams, I be leaving people on my stream to talk, and I'll go be like, I'll write y'all in the back, I'm going to walk the dog or something. Y'all talk is y'all show, y'all do what y'all want to do. You know what I'm saying? That's how I run my channel. Like, it's for us. So that time when I came back, you know what I'm saying, I was told that he was like, yo, why did I leave him with this gay dude, like this wild gay dude or some shit? So I'm like, what? So I'm like, that's crazy, son. So I'm like, yo, that's crazy, right? All right, cool. I don't know what he's thinking. All right, cool. So now look, now we talking, and he's still going with the hating business on me. Remember, he been hating for weeks and all of that. I be around him because I'm just a strong man. I don't care about a man. I see that he's beta. You know what I'm saying? So I get why he's doing that. You know what I'm saying? So I get how he feel. I'm very strong and secure and confident. So I get that. You know what I mean? So now, so when I talk to him now, so finally I say, fuck it, man, this nigga going on still with the hate. Come on, bro. I still salute you all week still. You've been talking about me all day. He talking about I'm gonna fight you to the death for him. Bro, I'm not even on that fight for the death shit. I just came out of a bad situation where my son might try to kill my baby. I'm trying to experience people grow through, see how people are. I'm on some real shit, son. I'm not just running around here bugging the fuck out in my real life either, son. I'm not dealing with people, bro. I haven't even had sex in fucking like 6-7 months, bro.
Jesus.
That's the type of shit I'm on. Like, literally on my inner self, fruit cleanse, shit like that, nigga. I'm on some other shit.
Okay, that's too clean, one community. Anyway, that's way too damn clean, okay? You need to be that damn clean.
Feel me? But look now, so boom. So when I respond to him now, finally, and I tell him, yo, son, what's up, son? Why are you hating on me, bro? For a woman that's making you hate, bro, when I'm telling the woman that she could talk to you and she should talk to you the whole time, what you didn't know subconsciously, why you think I left her on the stream with you there too, and you're not understanding, and I'm just telling her he's a good guy. He's bugging, son. So that's why I'm thinking like he not understanding, so that's why I ain't saying that. But he's still going on talking about he gonna fight me to the death or something. He want to fight me. What you want to fight me for? I got beer love. I'm talking, what can you want to fight me? Fight me about what? It's not even here to fight, right? So when I respond to him now, and I say, yo, son, what kind of shit is this, bro? He gonna respond to me talking about you and me as friends. You got a gay friend, your gay friend on YouTube. Your gay friend, you and your gay friend on YouTube, and he's putting smiley face emojis on my goddamn stream. First of all, 3 of my sisters like women, okay? My cousin is gay. What happened? I will go upside anybody's head for that. What happened? And they're black people. So I take that as an ultimate insult, not to anybody, but even to my damn sister, who you wilding. Like, what are you talking about? Then just now you gonna talk about fuck my sister. This weirdo, Octavius Grime, aka Octavius Slime, the slime that come out of a cock is gonna say fuck my sister, who is a proud woman, who is proud to live her life, and she's a strong black woman, and my other 2 younger sisters, because my older sister's older than me. You know how hard and long it took for my older sister to come out to me, and she's older than me, and we partied every day and we chilled every day. And one day we went to a party and we sat in the car, and she was like, I'm like, yo, what's up, man? Our blunt done. She was smoking a Black and Mild. I'm like, yo, what's up, son? She's like, nah, hold on, yo, hold on. I'm like, hold on, what? She's like, yo, I'm gonna tell you some. Wait, I'm gonna tell you something. Yo, you know how long it took her? We was in that car for like 45 minutes to an hour, son. The club about to close damn near. What happened? I'm like, yo, the club is closing. What's up? Yo, listen, I like women. I said, yo, I don't care, sister. You're my sister, yo. I love you, yo. I don't care. That's the whole time you got me waiting for that. I was so tight. I said, the whole time? Just don't talk to my shorty. And me and my sister shared the greatest and funniest laughs. And I swear to God. But imagine my sister had a brother like Octavius who gonna say, if I have a gay friend or somebody's a gay person, that is a joke, and it's a joking matter. That's not a joking matter. And when I told him that just now off stream, I just told him that. I said, bro, you was talking about him, but guess what? I got gay family members, bro. So I'm taking that as an offense, bro. And plus, I'm taking you as a man that salute the black people and a black woman. I've been lifting you up on my stream. I'll never delete you off, bro. I'm going to leave you there so that the people can't see what you should be. Because I think that you should get back to that, Octavius. Because that's what the fuck I think about you. Not the shit that you being, bro. Not this shit that you being, bro, because that's disrespectful, not only to Consciouztv. So you up here capping and caping because you wilding, because you know you done disrespected Consciouztv. And that's what I'm doing the shit for. And you disrespecting my sister and all that people that is living an alternative lifestyle, living any lifestyle they want to live. I don't care what people want to live. We are at war, okay? Everybody is weaponizing against us. Everything is happening against us. I don't give a fuck. If we in a war, you heard me, Gutty? If we in a war right now, and then if we say we got to get the straps, and then people got heels on, and then men got heels on, and they got boots and 10 boots on, I don't give a fuck.
Everybody a soldier on the field.
Yeah. We gonna be going down the street to this war.
Yeah.
Because
sure.
we need to do this together. And that's
sure.
what I'm standing on. So anybody that's against that, you will see me soon just dissociating myself from everybody that stands for things like that. Because I will never let that be my representation. I am not just covering stories. I'm living this in my real life. My family members are feeling the effects of how I'm living this. I'm outing them. I'm doing all type of things to my family members. You are not susceptible. Everyone is open, free range. Do it to me. I don't care. Y'all cannot shade what I'm doing. Because the Most High, the ancestors, and the Spirit got me on this journey. None of you will stop this. 1,000 will fall at one side, and 1,000 will fall at the other side. You know the stories, man. Don't let me rephrase them. This is the part where I let Conscious, one of the greatest content YouTube creators right now on the TV. You know I got the sales pitch. You know what I mean? Make sure y'all subscribing to Consciouztv. This is unity. This is black and black unity. I don't care if you trans, you queer. I don't care what you are. All I'm against is people that push their own lives, their own thoughts, their doctrines, their own books, their religion on a person. They jab anything you pushing on somebody. That's what I'm against. Let everybody have their free range to be who they are. And let us all accept each other for who we are. Because we got a bigger problem. Because if we all got the bag right now, we'd be like, oh shit, there's a real beast out. Ah! And we would not be beefing with each other. And that's it. And I love everybody. And I will die for one community. Because we will have one community, and I will represent all of us. I will represent my sister. I will represent my cousin who's gay, and what? And I'm a straight man, and what? And I went upside many of people's heads already in the real life. Don't let me bring on the street and say, did I go upside your head already? Yeah, son, you wilded out when you went upside my head that day. Exactly, but did you wild out though? Yeah, I bugged out. Exactly. We mean it. We defended our sisters. We defended our brothers. We defended our family. We are one black family. And Octavius can change his mind, and he needs to.
Okay,
get back to the Octavius.
Okay,
I love y'all.
So let me ask you this question then. So, are we able? Can we do some community work? Can I bring Octavius up and we do some community work and be an example?
You talk to him and let him respond to that. I'll be back.
All right.
I'll be back, bro. I'll be back because I can't deal with him because you're not being truthful. When I responded to that, he just said, yo, my bad, bro. I said some shit like that. I did kind of Mr. Rogers, you pillow talk without a pillow. The hell? Ain't none of us got no goddamn pillow. You pillow talking. Like, stop, bro. Say sorry and move on. He want to go on to bashing gay people like that was a joke, son. I seen another weirdo do something like this. Don't do that, son. For you to bash a gay person don't make you joking with me, bro. Because I'm a strong man. First of all, that's a bullet that went by me because I'm a straight man. But it went towards my sister and my cousin. Oh, well, I'm jumping away that bullet too. So what happened? Come on, son. He got to stop, son. And if he don't stop, I will continue to make him a meme. So he better say sorry to my sister. He better come on here and say sorry to you. He better say sorry to my other two little sisters. And he better say sorry to my cousin and every gay person in the world because we are black first. That's it. If not, smoke will never stop. That's the only way I'm going to stop. We have to make people stop. People only respect what they can't disrespect. Why you think I done sat down 5, 6 people on YouTube already? Offline, and one woman, I sat her ass down too. Everybody beefing for years. I just came around much. Where's she at? She sat down. Exactly. Prepared her for the meal. I prepared her for her meal. As soon as I spoke to that woman, you know what happened? Oh, I was doing drugs just now on 10 toes. Oh, I never called Sugar pedophile. Oh, Lady Snoop is the one that actually called him the pedophile. Oh, stories, audios. That's a good soundbite for you, Conscious. I love you. Take that. Yo, I'll be back though. Uda, you know the vibe.
Hurry ass
around
back.
all I'm seeing if we can find I'm doing conversations with a crackhead. I'm interviewing every crackhead from in the range of 1982 them times so I can find out who signed that it was and them years, and I want to find out the things about Nikki since he's trying to lie and slander. I'm gonna find out real truth. I'll be back, y'all.
All right, bring your ass back. Okay, so I'm gonna bring back up Optimus Prime and then TripC's Treehouse, and I do see Miss Evans in the background as well. So let me bring up Octavius.
How you doing? How you doing again?
I'm well. You just heard everything, so I'm just let you respond.
Yeah. Okay.
Everything that just happened.
Okay. I'm gonna just go down the line with a few things. For one, this farce that he called one community is nothing but sex talk for a lot of women. He did it with misunderstood He did, and I guess he's dealing with this girl and a few others. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you want to do is whatever you want to do. But the whole thing is keep the women privacy when you talk to people on the phone. They have an obligation. There's a certain obligation of privacy when a man talks to a woman or any form of relationship, friendships or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You got wiretapping laws for those regions. And not to mention the guy, he pretty much recorded. He said he got recordings of this chick misunderstood on the phone or video or whatever, which violates the California wiretapping law. You know what I'm saying? And he's going to use using that to tell her she needs to apologize to him, blackmailing. You know what I'm saying? In a certain sense, this guy's been blackmailing this woman, misunderstood. Now he's talking about who she may have been sleeping with behind the scenes. Has got 10 toes down. You know what I'm saying? And what it is if these people got together, they're grown and they can consent and they do whatever the hell they want to do. If she want to send them money or whatever you want to conflate, it's their prerogative. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And so the whole thing is it's just been a little power play. And I even show you the hypocrisy. He comes out with a lie talking about his son, for example, right? He talks about his son. He said, "Oh, my baby mother choked my son, and I reported them, and then they took me to jail for it." Okay, I'm gonna just let that sink in. You know, that's some bullshit. Straight up. You know what I mean? You see how neurotic and off the wall this guy is. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, hey, it is what it is, bro. That's what you did. That's what these people said that you did. You the only person saying the opposite about that situation. So when you start talking about you want to protect the children and the kids and all that shit, you need to get that shit straightened up first. You know what I'm saying? With your son and the domestic issues you got at home. And then all of a sudden you just crack dealer, shooter from the streets, blood, or whatever the fuck you want to be, talking about, you know what I'm saying? Talking about you for the community within like the last few months after you get the charge, right? So we want to talk about privacy and all that kind of stuff. This is just stuff that people see. This is what you are, bro. Ain't nobody around here hating on you. If I talk to Kat, oh well, she's a friend. And if she want to talk to me any way she want to talk to me, oh well, it ain't your fucking problem. You calling me Octavius Prime because you watching my fucking cock, nigga. That's what you're doing. And you talking about Ethiopia? Oh, I need an Ethiopian woman. I got other Ethiopian women right now. If that's what you want, I could have brought them on your panel, but I see that you was thirsty. I brought like TripC's here. I brought women to the panel in real life that I know, and I even got celebrity friends that were scared to come out because of this idiot chasing women out of the community. You know, we got women. TripC would probably talk about that. I ain't gonna even mention that woman's name. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give her privacy, right? But we're gonna talk about you, bro. You know what I'm saying? You bring me on here, you try to conflate the word gay. You calling me Octavius, you talking about I'm gay bashing, but you calling me Octavius Prime. And then you start talking about the character that I do on Treehouse, Shaka Atmos, which is pretty much what? The guy, Shaka Atmos, the real Shaka Atmos, just did an anti-gay video the other day talking about Lil Nas X. If you want to go to his page, you can look it up. That was the last video he did. So if you want to talk about that, talk about Shaka Atmos, you slander this man. You talking about his booty hole in your life and all these little things, these sexual things that you got going on, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what you got going. No, I'm saying, but he's talking. I'm gonna calm down. But I'm saying he's talking about all these little things. He's talking about sexual body parts. You know what I'm saying? He associated my name with a sexual body part, but he want to talk about, you know what I'm saying? I'm anti-gay. I didn't call Uda anything else. I didn't call him outside of his name. All I'm doing is showing that this guy's a fraud. And anyone that's going over there talking about the one community, no, you need to get straight in that situation with your son, boy. That's what you need to do. You know what I'm saying? And if you come to my state, it's a right to carry state, and it's also, you know what I'm saying, stand your ground state. I legally own an AK-47, a SIG 45, an AK, and a motherfucking AR-15. And I will stand my ground. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I ain't here. I lived in the hood all my life. I exist for a reason. So you want to talk all that, what you do in the streets, all this fake shit or whatever, you shoot from the roof. This is what you're talking about?
No,
But
it's gonna be all love. It ain't gonna be no shooting. It ain't gonna be
no,
no
but
crime
I ain't trying. I'm
committed.
just saying he's talking about he wants to find my address and come
get
see
it.
me. That's what he said. That's what he's saying in his lives. He's telling people in text message, other people will attest to this, that he wants to shoot my head off. All right. This is what's going on with people, people that he's messaging. This guy is so hurt because of a girl that lives in the UK that I talked to on the phone. You messed up your situation with misunderstood. Telling this woman that you want to marry her. You know what I'm saying? Threatening to blackmail the woman. You know what I'm saying? Because you couldn't get to the bag. You know, how many people you living with right now, boy? You know what I'm saying? In that house. You struggling. You want to go out of LA and live on that woman. And you got your heart broke that day you were sitting up there crying on live. You cried multiple times on live. And not to mention, if it's all about me bashing the gay community, Consciouztv, did he not call me a faggot when we was in the back chat?
Yes, and can we create a nickname for that term?
But I'm saying that's what he said, right? That's in quotations. I'm not here to disrespect you. Me and you, we had a great conversation.
I get it. It's just for YouTube's sake. We probably need some nickname for some of these terms. But
yeah, but he the one called me.
Let me just add a disclaimer real quick. I also, like many people in the chat, I have no idea what's going on. I just met one community man a few weeks ago. He has been a dope individual from my experience. What's being spoken about right now is something that I have no relationship to. Octavius and TripC's are given their side of where all this happened. But before y'all even get into that, with you, Octavius, since the initial issue that brought all this live up is
okay,
I'm just gonna ask you some specific questions.
Mm-hmm.
You're being labeled as a homophobe, a transphobe. Is that true or not true?
That's not true.
That's not true. When you made the comments that he has a gay friend, your context for that was because he was using.
He called me Octavius Prime. He said I suck cock in the beginning.
He was using slurs, and you were making the point
he was
that
using homosexual slurs.
How can you be for the community and you got a friend, Consciouztv, but yet you are? I didn't
go beyond that. I said, don't you have a gay YouTuber friend? After he started talking about all this, me doing that, he blocked me in the chat. He admitted he blocked me. I couldn't talk. I got maybe 3 sentences out, and he blocked me. If you want to show those receipts on anything further than what I said about you being a gay YouTuber, which you are, right? There's no problem with that.
I mean, I consider myself to be a person, and yes, I happen to be same gender loving.
Yeah, so there's no problem with that.
Right there.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is he started with the innuendos first. Then I said, okay, you friends with Buddy, and now but you talking all this. And then he went further into his live talking about the real Shaka Atmos, the Egyptian guy with the ponytail.
Mm-hmm.
He started talking about the man's backside, and start making references to him being a homosexual. And that's you go to his page right now, his official page. I'll drop it in the chat if you want.
Okay.
He's talking about Lil Nas X, and he's pretty much talking about how Egypt was a conservative whatever. He say he don't have a problem, a conservative civilization. He say he don't have a problem with people living their lifestyles, but he have a problem with people pushing the agenda. Okay, but he says that he is a heterosexual man, and even when I go into character, TripC's a witness. I pretty much, if somebody's making that, because I actually admire the brother and his information.
Yeah,
but
it's just a running joke. It's been a joke on my channel for years, and Prime just put it in he made a skit out of it.
Yeah, it's not. Just the way the dude talk or whatever.
Yeah,
and I did Sarah Suit and Seti also. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. So can I ask y'all a question? Who is Uda? Because I keep hearing all these names.
That's one community.
Okay, so Uda is one community too.
Mm-hmm.
Is that like a nickname? Is that
That's his other channel name. They call him Uda the shooter, or whatever he say.
Okay. And TripC's, I know you. Okay, but before we kind of move to TripC, Octavius, so You don't have no problem with Consciouztv.
Me and you ended the live on a good note.
On a great note.
Yeah. And at the same time, I figured, I said, you know what? You said pretty much, you go into the occult, I go into the Bible. We on different sides. We on different sides of the spectrum.
Yeah.
And because of that, there's a lot of similarities because we on both sides of the spectrums, there is discrimination that's taking place. And I use it talking about religious exemptions for example. You know, when people they feel like they have the autonomy of their own body, not to have things put in them. We already know what that is. So I enlighten you on that. You enlighten me on, you know, the different forms of gender, you know, that you know what I'm saying, you was talking about. And the reason why I actually I text the girl, I said, hey, you know what I'm saying, I think the guy's gay or whatever, and he's talking about some stuff that it's alien to me. I don't talk about it. I don't want to offend you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And the host abandoned the ship. That's what happened. You know what I mean? Okay. And so, like, as far as
I just want to make sure that you and because I just want to hear from you that you and I don't have a problem.
I don't have a problem with you.
Okay.
I started that conversation that day because I was like, because Uda always does that. He'll leave somebody, we call it leaving you in the car without the keys. He'll just walk off, he leave, you'll be on there for an hour or more, and you know, you don't have, when you ain't the host of the panel, you don't have no control. So I was like, he left a whole heterosexual man up here with a whole, you know, alternative lifestyle man, and he just walked out the door like he was just la la la, because he says it's for the community, but he'll leave you up there, he'll be asleep. He leave you up there, he just be done walked out the door to walk the dog. It'd be whatever. He just be letting other people run the show, basically.
Which I don't think necessarily is a negative thing.
It's not necessarily a negative thing, no. But I was just messing with Prime. I was like, you know, it was just like, hey, I ran through there, and I know you connected to Larry Reed. Them. I don't come over to this sector because it's too close to the beef sector. Yeah, I'm in my little corner. The Treehouse is in this little corner, and we stay over there and we chill. See, this is where the backstory comes in. We had told Uda about misunderstood, 2 words, not one.
Which I want to say, I have no idea who the hell misunderstood is either. So I'm just learning all this from y'all.
That's why I'm clear. It's 2 words, not one. MISS and then understood.
Okay.
But some kind of way he got connected with her. In that, he got connected to 10 Toes Down and Sonetta and all them. And he in a world of crap right now. So his answer for that is to start throwing everybody else's name out. So now we had a live last night and we was talking about it, and Prime had said some stuff, and then it matches with what he was ranting and raving about from that live early this morning. Parts of it anyway, parts that you can make sense of. So something that Prime said he took offense to. Now he done went on. That's what I was trying to tell you earlier in one community chat, that he's trying to make this scenario where Prime said something to you and said something about his lesbian sisters, when in fact he isn't showing you any receipts or any evidence of such. He's been texting me all morning telling me to stay out of it and all this. I'm gonna get Prime and this, that, or the other, but he's never giving any reason. Like I said,
he's gonna clap me in the head.
I don't know if they're all of them.
He said he's gonna clap me in the head. Am I
right? That was what he led off with. I'm gonna bash him in the head. I'm gonna bash his head in or something like that. I might not have sent them all because email make me send them one at a time.
So
yeah, I mean, it's a lot of hurt feelings of a girl, and that's really what it is. And I'm not going to put her out there. And the thing is, like, what's happening is anybody that comes in the vicinity, there's this cyberbullying. There's this forms of blackmail that he's using against people. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and right now what he's doing, he's trying to gaslight the gay community. You know what I'm saying? To attack me because of the fact that, you know, every girl that's around here done left
to the beef sector.
Yeah, every girl around here done left
because I won't just leave Prime out there to just dangle in the wind when I know it's all a lie.
I'm gonna be honest. I was ready. My metaphorical gun was loaded.
I know. I was live earlier. You didn't see he took my wrench and everything. He took my wrench and started deleting comments.
Yeah, he did. He did 3 lives on me, and then didn't allow me to respond.
Yeah, he took Octavius's wrench and blocked him. And then when I said something this morning, he wouldn't respond. He wouldn't drop the link. But then he keeps texting me. He'll go live, spaz out. Then he texts me. You see him? That might not be all of them, but you get the gist from what I sent you. I'm quite sure.
I'm about to check now. So wait. So
And he's trying to say that. Hold on.
Is this? Do y'all consider all of this, everything going around, misunderstood, him, y'all and him? Is this just a big ass misunderstanding that can be understood and reconciled?
No, I'm done.
I don't think so at all.
He did exactly what we told him not to do,
which was
stay out the beef sector. Don't go jumping in the deep end on YouTube and you only been on here 5 months. He been here, he been there, he been everywhere. That's why he got himself into the first mess. We tried to call him. We've all been trying to call him, get in touch with him, talk about him, talk to him, and he won't respond. So then we finally had a group session on my channel and it was like, we're done. Because it's more than that, but we ain't trying to put everybody. Hey, Saida. We ain't trying to,
hi everybody.
Everybody.
How you doing, Saida?
Y'all got me in a conundrum because I don't know what the hell.
You're not involved.
I hear y'all explaining.
He's trying to throw people in front of him as a deflection tactic from his own mess. And he's trying to weaponize y'all, the LGBTQI sector of YouTube, in order to do so.
Exactly.
Under the guise of one community. But the one community.
And I just want to say this. You guys can hear me, can you?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. I just want to say this. The night that you were on the panel, Consciouztv, I was in and out of that live, and I didn't really get the gist of everything that was being talked about. I just assumed that night that they were talking about, how to protect Black women and Black children and predators. And so I believe that was what the conversation was about. Am I correct about that?
Yeah,
on the one with me and Octavius, yes.
Yeah. Yes. And so when you and Octavius was left on the live together, I think somehow the conversation went into like cisgendered and non-conformative type of scenarios, right?
Yeah, we were talking about masculinity and femininity and all the ways in which it can show up in both men and women.
Right. So me personally, I had said to Octavius, well, if we're talking about the predator situation, because really our focus at the Treehouse has been polite, right? I don't know if you know who polite is.
Yes, I know.
Right. And that's been our
unfortunately.
Okay. So that's been our focus. I was like, what does the non-conformative cisgender, what does that have to like do with the topic? I personally was trying to get understanding. And so I was saying, well, Consciouztv, I have seen him, some of his videos and stuff. He is conscious, right? But then he also is a gay man. And so he speaks about those spectrums of situations as well. So I was saying there should be a separation. I'm just going to let you know. I personally was saying there should be a separation. If we're talking about conscious situations, right? Or situations that are in regards to pedophilia. And then if the topic makes sense, right? So just say, for instance, if a gay man was a pedophile towards boys, then that would make sense. I was trying to understand how it all came together. What was the sense of it? So if anybody wants to say anything about anything to anybody, it shouldn't be to Octavius. It should be to me. Or
what you said is being used. He's twisting two situations around. Let me put it to you like this. Consciouztv, how long ago were you and Prime on that panel? About a month, right?
Nah, well, probably about 2-3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Almost a month ago. Mhm.
Close to a month.
Yeah.
So why did it take him almost a month to say anything? And when he did, why was it so vulgar?
Exactly. This has nothing to do with you, Conscious TV. He doesn't want to take accountability for the fact that he got into a situation, a conundrum, was misunderstood, right? And then he got called out. And then Lady Snoop, he was on Lady Snoop's live, and Lady Snoop, like, tore him a new a-hole. He had called out so many people's names. He called out Beasley's name. Beasley tore him a new a-hole. They nicknamed him like Timmy
Little Timmy Turner
something.
and
Or
Uber Scooter.
yeah, like he's deflecting. He's deflecting. And to
Using other
bring
people.
you into this makes no entire sense. And if you've been hanging out with us, or not, I want to say hanging out with us, but if you've been floating around and you presented yourself a certain way with us, then why couldn't you come to us, the people that you've been floating around with, and have the conversation with us? Because we want to ask you, why are you moving this way? Instead, you start throwing out people's names, tarnishing people's characters, sending all kinds of text messages saying that you're going to do this, that, and other to people.
That was all
It's
this
just
noise.
ridiculous. And Conscious TV has nothing to do with this. You have nothing to do with this. Like, this live should not even be happening right now. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, because I literally I woke up to the notification, and I woke up to his commentary, and I woke up to him saying that Octavius had made some comments about him being friends, about one community being friends with me, as if that was a negative thing. And so I was just trying to.
Well, see, he took down the live that kicked it all off.
Yeah, he started making homosexual slurs against me first. Talking about he said my name is Octavius Prime Slime.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's using body parts in my name.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. As to sexualize me in a feminine way. He talked about my mouth. Then he talked about Shaka Atmos backside and all that kind of stuff. And it was talk about him.
I'm not gonna name any names, but there's another female involved, and he's made her feel particularly creeped out. Let's just put it that way. She don't want to say nothing, so I'm not gonna put her out there. But she just feels particularly creeped out by this whole situation. And there's a couple of people that are getting off of YouTube behind all of this.
So when this live was being put together,
and I just want to address the chat. I want to say this. I just want to address the chat real quick. Somebody said this, what does one community and this girl have to do with us? I want to say this to you. One community has something to do with us in the sense that he has frequented the Treehouse, has been on the panels and everything. And we were building our own conclave of people that, you have your support system, Conscious TV, and we have ours. And when you're doing things behind the scenes and then you're not taking accountability for it, like you're not telling us the truth, you make us all look bad because people have probably seen you over there at CCCTV or TripC's Treehouse. You're causing us to all look like we're with the crazy. Now, the misunderstood woman has nothing to do with us. That has everything to do with one community, because he went over there, he got an interview with her, and then next thing you know, it's like a whole love scene behind the scenes that we're not even aware about. We all left it alone. We didn't even touch it. We didn't even touch the situation. Now people are being thrown out. Octavius being labeled as homophobic and all this other stuff. What in the hell does that have to do with you being accountable for lying on a woman?
But Saida, it's right now, I was just friends with a girl behind the scenes that's on YouTube, right? And for whatever reason, the chick is looking at him weird, and he blames me for that.
Yeah, let me tell you this. We do need to stay out of other people's business. But the problem is he's doing stuff behind the scenes and then using other people to deflect from it before the scenes. Like you see right now with Consciouztv. He's trying to get Consciouztv to attack Prime, who is not even really a content creator. He just starting out.
Exactly.
You haven't seen
And the
Prime
reason
make a
why
video saying anything.
And he pretty much made a ultimatum for a girl and said if she don't come out and blast me tomorrow, he's gonna air her out.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So the guy does
and the,
blackmail on people, and he records phone calls. So whatever phone
Allegedly,
calls you
because he
have,
still ain't
yeah.
putting out a
Well,
lick of audio out.
he did it but misunderstood. He said that's what he did. So he said he recorded the
and the
phone
only
calls.
reason why me and TripC is up here right now is because we actually know what happened that night with that live and any other conversations. So you're not going to go out here and paint a picture that is not true. Okay, you're not going to go
That
out
part.
here and cry the little boy that cried wolf, and bring in people that have nothing to do with nothing. You put yourself in this position. You decided to float around to all these different communities and talk the way you talk, and then you'll go have a live and you'll throw up all kind of people's names, and then people are trying to wonder, why are you putting their name out there? This is your war that you started, and now you're not going to bring that to our doorstep in the form or the guise of you're trying to somehow support somebody in their life struggle. Like, that's not going to be the one.
Yeah, like less than a year after you sell crack and you claim to be a street dude. You know what I'm saying? All of a
But
sudden
he
you the
has been
saint. You the
honest.
saint of the hood. You know what I mean? You the saint of the hood with less than a year. You're a Hebrew Israelite. You're a saint. You're a one community, universal love, all that kind of stuff. But
What
we still,
part of he put Conscious TV's name in the title of the video this morning, and that's how Conscious TV found out? Don't you get? I
Yeah,
don't understand. It's just that simple. That's the only part Conscious TV has to play in this.
yeah.
He's using Conscious TV as a deflection. He's trying to weaponize Conscious TV's channel and all of his supporters against Octavius Prime, who doesn't even have a platform. And he's threatening to throw me to the beef sector.
Which I'm going to be honest, I was going to drag Octavius a little bit, but I was going to have another conversation with one community that was kind of unrelated to everything, because I really don't do the
Mess.
yeah. I
don't
mean,
either.
I will finish the mess, but I will try to curve the mess if possible. So I ain't know the backstory and the reason. The conversation I wanted to have with one community about it, where I was going to take it, was the reason why it would have been easy for me to believe that Octavius probably wouldn't left on my name because I'm gay, is because that's just so common with straight black men to expect
Yeah,
the worst as it relates to the whole topic of sexuality, homosexuality, etc. So I was like, well, more than likely Octavius probably did just try to like bully him on some ha nigga, you got a
that's the
gay
thing.
friend.
You
That
weren't
so when
taking this
Octavius had emailed me, I was
never.
like glad he emailed me to clarify. Like I only brought that up because he was making
They've never
slurs at
spoken
me.
behind the scenes though.
yeah, I never talked to him on the phone. Period. He don't have my phone number.
Hey, my Niqua boo.
Hello, hi.
Hey
Hey,
Nikwa.
I'm just gonna. Hi, guys. Hi, Conscious
How you doing,
TV.
Hey.
Um, I'm not gonna disclose any information in regards to what I know. However, I will say this: we respect you.
Mm-hmm.
We have nothing against you. You have nothing to do with this. And for everybody in the chat, the reason why you're so confused is because everybody on this panel is just as confused as you. Everybody has been like basically in a situation that they did not want to be in. They were thrown into it, and not because they wanted to or they volunteered themselves. It's more than it's more so of the simple fact that it was kind of like done, like more so like gaslighting or like incoherently. Like, okay, well, you might not know that you're being thrown in here, but your name is going to be mentioned a million times in the live. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like your name is going to be mentioned, so people are going to want to look up you and see, okay, what does she have to do? What did he have to do with it? To deflect the situation as a whole, or to make it look like, okay, we're all in this together. I have not heard, and I have not heard from my personal, from me just being on here, I'm new to YouTube. Octavius say anything derogatory towards the gay community at all.
Yep.
He's very respectful. And you know, the one thing about a narcissist, and I'm not calling anybody a narcissist, but I'm going to like let you know the one thing about a narcissist that everybody needs to know is that they will gaslight you, and only you will know what they're gaslighting you for. The other people, the audience looking, is going to look at the person being gaslit as the bad person because you guys don't know the full background story. You guys are just looking at that person like, wow, why is she bugging or why he bugging? You get what I'm saying?
You're and I want to say to the chat, you are right. We don't want smoke. We don't want smoke. If we want smoke, we'll bring the smoke to you. What we don't want is somebody lying on us. He's lying on a member. Like a lot of us are new to the content creator side. We're trying to build our channels. We're trying to get with people that can help us through this game. When you start throwing people in situations that have nothing to do with them, like that's like being like if you're walking, you know, if you know some people and then somebody lied upon you, would you not be concerned about that? Would you not say, hey, hold up, I didn't say that? This is what this is about today. It's not about people are scared of Consciouztv or any of that kind of stuff. What it is about right and wrong, truth and
the
facts.
clarity and clear things up.
Exactly.
And that's why I wanted.
And
y'all still don't get it, and that's sad. Y'all so ready to jump on somebody for being
words
homophobic.
were put in a like
in the chat.
Octavius. Consciouztv knows his pronouns. He knows who he is. He loves who he is, right? So when somebody is mixing your words up to make you out to be something, everyone knows in this world that if you gaslight a certain community or a certain group of people, it's going to build up an uproar, which it should. However, I feel like it should be more of a dialogue and more communication being brought upon these type of situations, so one person wouldn't be put down as this bad guy who doesn't like this person or that person, because at the end of the day, nobody knows Octavius Prime. Nobody knows who any of us are. Exactly. We're being put in this. I'm actually putting myself on the line, and I didn't want to even be involved because I felt like, you know, it was my duty to come up here and kind of give you guys clarity on what a narcissist is and what gaslighting is. And this is exactly what they do. And I don't want.
Oh, we know, because I've had a whole series on narcissists on the show.
I was going to say that because Consciouztv, I've watched you in the past, and I've seen your videos on narcissism. And when you had to break up with your boyfriend, I remember. So you understand narcissism.
So you know the signs. They'll sit there and make you feel like you are the most worthless, like you're going crazy. Like, am I really this way? Like, you start questioning yourself, and you didn't do anything wrong, right? So like. That's where this comes in at. I don't know.
So I wonder.
Can you answer that, Consciouztv, with that question? Because we ended on a good note.
Ayo says, "What did Octavius Prime say during the live with One Community?"
Oh, what I said. Oh, like today, brother. Yeah.
He couldn't say
nothing. You got to put in context. He was saying, like, you got to understand. In the beginning, he said, "My name is Octavius Prime." He pretty much talk about because I do in my mouth or whatever, right? He started making these homosexual innuendos, slurs against me, you know, situations. And I said, "Well, you're friends with a gay man." You know what I mean? Maybe I'm using the wrong terms. I don't know. Like I said, that was even the reason why we was on the panel when you was talking about the intersex thing. I didn't know nothing about that. Like, that's alien to me. Like, that's waters that I don't know. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm like, where's the panelists? Maybe even the girl should know, you know, saying something about like how that conversation should go, because I don't want to offend you. You know what I mean? And
it's really not. It's honestly, it's not even no smoke on no beef of this way. Like, as soon as you emailed me and said this was the context, and me bringing up your name was a response to the gay slurs he was mentioning, I was like, okay, well, then, like, it was dead right there for me.
Like Prime told me not to say nothing, and Prime told me he got this, but I didn't want him to have to come over here by himself.
Yeah.
As you know, ain't no telling what Uda gonna do. He been acting spastic for the past.
Can I play the devil's advocate just a little bit though? I think what happened with one community and like my name and Octavius was, I think, and I get it. He was using some gay slurs to attack Octavius, but a lot of straight folk use gay slurs all the time to attack other men or other women, etc., especially men on men. Like it's just an attack of your masculinity.
Under the auspice of protecting you.
Yeah, no.
Non-heterosexual man, because I'm not sure of your gender preference. I haven't been over here in a while.
I'm a gay male. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You still the same. Okay.
Yeah.
So I know if you change people like that.
And so I understand that and so I understand that you can be straight and you can use those slurs and not necessarily be inherently homophobic or transphobic yourself. But I think when Octavius responded and was like, "But you friends with Consciouztv," I think he would. I think he interpreted as Octavius is the one who is being inherently homophobic.
Let me say that. I said you're friends with a gay YouTuber. I didn't bring your name up. I swear for God.
Oh, so you didn't even say my name at all.
I didn't say your name.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. Yeah. You weren't involved in
it. Wasn't
anything.
Even mentioned.
He pulled. That's what I'm telling you.
Yeah, it's a manipulation, Conscious. That's what's going on.
Panel that y'all was in a month ago, and what happened on my channel after that panel a month ago, and then mix it up with what happened this morning when he was tagging a prime and put you in it to
let him show you some receipts if I call your name.
That's what I
but that is who you were talking about, right, Prime? I mean, like you were.
I mean,
mentioning me.
It was out there, but I didn't put your name in it. You get what I'm saying? And the thing is, he was talking about things about me, and he would later in that live, like I said, he started talking about the guy Shaka Atmos, making him out to be something that he said he's not, right?
Yeah.
And start talking about the man's backside and all this weird stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? So like that's the one you that need to be on trial, not me.
And
I think what also happened is like whoever the woman is between you and one community, I think he was alluding that she brought back maybe some things that you communicated to her about the live that made him feel like you was.
I would say where Uda, because Uda never gave me his phone number. I had text Uda. I said Uda called me about I think maybe a day before that, right? Or a day or two before that. He never got back to me with his phone number. Right?
Not her, not him, her. Oh, girl.
So, what happened was I knew that she had his number because they, you know what I'm saying, whatever. So I was like, okay, you know, the guy on the panel, most likely he's gay and he's talking about intersex and cisgender and things like that. Things that's out of my spectrum, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, sure.
So that's on the host, or that's on somebody that's pretty much can talk on that level, because you was taking me in waters that I don't even know about. You know what I'm
saying? Octavius, can I say something quick?
Yeah.
Where's the outrage with this whole situation? Because I'm just outraged that this is like there's only one part of it that's outrageous. Meanwhile, there's a woman being threatened to have their kids taken away and threatened to be that the police be called them because they won't get what they want. And then another one is threatening another person because if they don't do something that they want to do, then they're gonna air them out as well.
They're gonna air them out tomorrow.
Yeah. How can you be about a community and one community if things don't go your way, you're running a dictatorship? That's what it sounds like. For me, I don't run by those rules. I run by my own rules. I love everyone, and I don't discriminate against no one. So the real question is, where's the outrage in all of this? People are getting threatened left and right and being blackmailed left and right. And this is the only thing that we're talking about. And in Consciouztv, you have absolutely nothing to do with it. He put your name in it just to put your name in it.
That's almost why I was hesitant to even have the
That's why I
conversation.
was trying to stop you.
Because when Octavius had emailed me and told me that it was kind of a girl in between all this, I was like, if we talk all this stuff that I don't have any understanding of and I don't have any knowledge of, it's probably going to come up and out. And I really don't have anything to say to it because I don't even really know what all this is. I'm hearing this from y'all.
I want to say, Octavius can handle this whole conversation by himself. But in order for you to get the full scope of things, you need to understand other people who were privy to the conversation, which would have been me and CCCTV, TripC's Treehouse, correct? And then all these other dynamics so that you could see that you got pulled into a situation. So instead of having Octavius speak for me, because I'm going to say right out what I said to you earlier, was that I was trying to understand what did cisgender and all this other stuff have to do with the conversation at hand, unless it was applying to did somebody, did a homosexual man prey upon somebody, which in a way it would, because we were talking about Dr. York, but I don't think York got brought up in that conversation. It was mostly about polite.
Yeah.
So
I think like
it would be different if York was in the conversation. It just didn't make sense to me. So
me and Octavius conversation had kind of like, it just became its own thing. It just like became its,
it ended well.
It
ended well. So it's like
So I'm telling you what was said. And so for you to understand, you have to see that nobody was coming afoul.
Oh, for sure.
Like I believe that. Channel, ain't no problem with LGBTQ. I don't. Is there an A at the end now? I don't do well with acronyms.
Okay, I'm going to
step
in.
LGBTQIA.
I just want to let this be known. I'm about to step off. I'm about to step off soon, but I just want to let y'all know if I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I'm a family person, and I know what a family looks like. The one thing I don't want to happen because I stepped up here is to be doxxed or be put up in a situation that I never volunteered myself to be in. And if you see that, Consciouztv,
that part,
if you see that, then you'll know exactly what we're talking about.
Yeah. Well, I really appreciate.
I have nothing to do with any of this. Nothing.
Right.
Absolutely nothing.
Right.
Okay.
Me and you both. And I really appreciate you coming up here and speaking your perspective for sure. Yeah, and it's no smoke. Like I know now that this is not about anything gay or queer or homophobic, so we definitely can clear all of that. Like I'm completely clear that that's not a thing that's happening in the situation, and I understand how my name got brought in or how it was assumed to be me, and then how that kind of was turned into a Octavius versus Consciouztv situation, and I get it. So that part is over.
I would just like to speak up and say something. Being a fan of Consciouztv page, I feel like he's owed the apology. He was greatly disrespected. Octavius, you can say whatever you want to say, because I feel when you said, well, you're friends with a gay man, I felt that was a malicious act on your part, and you need to own up to it. That's the bottom line. Let me just finish to say this. And the reason why I speak on this is this reason. I am friends with all kinds of people of all kinds of lifestyles, and I love them all as the person that they are and the love that they give me. I identify them as being a loving person. So if somebody say to me, well, you with I seen you with a so-called disrespectful name, you know what they call some people the L name and as all kinds of names, if they say that to me, I feel like, you insulted my friend. Because the worst thing I hate is this: being friends of these beautiful, fine, attractive people, right? Very unique. You understand? They don't be wanting to be bothered with other people that don't want to be bothered with them. They're not predators. They are not predators.
Did you put that in a context? It sounded like it just everything went over your head, but what happened?
No, nothing went
so
over
what
my
happened?
head.
Okay, tell
I
me what
said as
happened
a
with me.
fan. I said as a fan of Conscious TV.
I'm not.
Hold
I didn't
on,
disrespect.
Octavius Prime.
Talking about Nicki Minaj, Cardi
Barbara?
B, the
Barbara?
bees or Beyonce. The bees are going to come after you. Well, baby, I'm
Barbara.
the queen. Okay,
Darling.
and I'm coming after you. I'm letting you know you
Okay,
need to
but
learn your
okay, but you're not
pronouns
even letting me
because
Brian.
one thing you can learn off of his page is how to respect everybody with human life. That's
Yes,
one thing
ma'am.
you can
What
learn about his page.
Prime was
All right.
doing was pointing out the hypocrisy of what one
He
community
called
was
me
saying.
a cocksucker.
If you're friends with a person that's not heterosexual, why would you be throwing out these gay slurs? Basically,
He started that with me, ma'am.
yeah,
I did not
he was
start
throwing gay slurs at
all
Prime
I
and
said,
another
you're
man.
the whole thing. He did a whole hour live talking about gay people and their backsides. They talk about Shaka Outmost was gay, talking about his butt.
I'm going to leave.
Like
it's
that.
not what people call you. It's what
but
you
ma'am,
answer
ma'am,
to.
listen,
I'm leaving.
you're not listening to me, right? What he did was he first started with the gay innuendos. When I came on in the back chat, Conscious can attest to it. He called me a F word. Am I correct, Conscious?
Yes, you're correct.
Yes. Okay. I didn't say anything to him like that. All I said is after he put
okay, if you said it like this, but you friends with a gay person, like you
no, but check it out. Check it out.
I just want to cover you up. I want to say the point you was trying to say where you was coming from. If you was coming from a place like this, well, you friends with a gay person. You should have said, well, you friends with a gay person. Why would you insult gay people? You understand?
He blocked me in the chat. He blocked me in the chat. That's all I could get out.
Yeah, because you got out your demons first.
Okay, what are you gonna go
to his level?
Community though? No, but listen.
That's the only thing.
The thing is, you're not going after one community. The guy called me he called me he put men's penises
that was an
in my mouth.
Conversation. You could have seen Conscious out of it.
I didn't call his name.
Put Conscious in it. All he said.
Yeah, you trying to say that I put it Conscious name? I didn't call Conscious name.
Okay.
Conscious was not called.
I didn't even call the man's name.
His name wasn't called.
Yeah. But he is the friend. He is the friend.
One community, Buddha was the one that brought Conscious into the situation.
And he's doing
that's the part that you need to understand.
He's manipulating y'all community.
Nobody feels any kind of way about his sexual preference or anything to that nature.
One thing on this page, we talk the truth.
This is about a
we
person
don't
that you admire named Consciously.
If y'all looking to get validation for your mouth, apology is the way you're going to get validation on this page.
The apologize is one community. I was not to be in. He didn't need to be in this. He brought him in. One community brought Consciouztv into a situation. His name wasn't even brought up by Octavius.
That's I never mentioned Conscious.
Okay, I'm not talking about Conscious. I'm talking about the word gay period. The word gay period. You got a gay friend.
Can I just step in like a real quick? You know, I love you as the head supporter in charge, Miss Barbara. I will say that I do understand where Octavius, TripC's, and Miss Evans are coming from. I want you to trust me that Octavius responded. He did respond rationally by saying, how can you say these gay slurs to me and you have a friendship to a same gender loving person, because you're using those slurs as a dig to me while you also support your gay friend. So why would
you didn't say that to him though, Conscious? That's what he should have said to him. That's my point.
I get it. I get it that Octavius could have maybe put a few extra more words on the sentence, but
and that makes a sentence. You understand? That makes it complete. You understand? When you saying it the way he said it, he needs to come out with an apology. I was ignorant to say that. But what I meant to say, what I should have said was why, what he's told you after the fact. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I told you
this comment section. People
and you don't sugarcoat nobody, but you're a man with the Holy Spirit and you just want to give forgiveness. So and you don't want to promote hate. But I'm saying these sisters are on here trying to cover up their behind and their pages and don't want to come out to the LGBT like they like. I know I said what I said. Instead of
say
saying,
what you
bro,
say, but
all
that
you
doesn't
have to
make
do
it
is
fact, man.
apologize. You was wrong. Let's
He
tell the
was
truth
not
about
wrong.
this.
One
We didn't
community
pull
was wrong, and
Conscious
that's the
TV
purpose.
Joe,
You
into
don't
that.
get it.
you're
People
overlooking
gonna
the
always
whole
type
You
thing.
got
You're
a
away.
gay
Blue,
friend.
you think
Every time they
things
get in an
and you're
argument with
typing and
somebody,
stuff.
well, you got a
Sometimes
gay
things don't
friend.
always come
What
out
my
as
gay friend
clear.
got to do with
But he
anything?
got blocked from the
Nobody
chat,
even.
so nobody could respond to him. Octavius got blocked from the chat.
I got
So he
blocked in
could
the
you
chat. I
could have
got one
asked him.
sentence out.
Everybody else could have asked him, but it was
He did a
purposeful and
whole hour live
intentional
on me.
to
Blocked him
block him
out,
from
so
the
It
he
was
chat
couldn't
so
all
that
about
he
speak.
could not have a
homosexuality and
response
talk about
and have
Shaka
a
Atmos is
dialogue with
gay.
people. This was all set up, and guess what? You're falling into the trap. You have fallen into the rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Okay, I want y'all to have a blessed day. I come
You as
in
well,
peace.
man.
I
I ain't
love
come
you,
at
Miss
nobody.
Barbara. I love
Okay,
you
so
to
y'all
death.
just go back in the chat. Leave
Blessings,
Okay,
Mr.
boo.
Coleman.
I love you
I love you
and
more.
thank you.
You're welcome.
I as speaking for myself, I understood and understand and understand and overstand how all this happened. So we good on
I
that
told
for sure.
him.
As it relates to one community, like just like y'all, just like I'm sure there is a gang somewhere that have some negative things to say or has a negative perception of y'all. Obviously, there are individuals who have a negative perception of one community. I personally, because I'm just getting to know everybody, I would like to judge for myself. And I definitely hear why everybody feels the way they feel about each other. I have not been personally offended or done away yet. I even this morning, I think that one community was just hype, and I want to give him a pass. I personally just want to give him a pass on today. I think he and I have an understanding, and I also just hate that all of this is happening. Not even just with me, but just everything that y'all talking about with misunderstood with one community, because I am experiencing one community in a beautiful fashion. Like, he's been just a really nice guy who's trying to push love. So all of this backstory and baggage, I don't know anything about, but I just hate that all of that's there, and y'all are saying that it's kind of unreconcilable, and that
I've been on YouTube since it started. I became a content creator officially probably about 9 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
He's been on YouTube for 5 months. I ran into him about 3 months ago. I'm an easygoing person. I ran into you a couple of times. I was in your chat when I was still TripC's TV telling you to calm down and don't take it personal. Back when you was out there with you was finna put a hex on somebody. A couple of years ago, back with King Jives them. I was running between y'all chats. I'm like, calm down. Yes.
Okay.
You know, so this is I would try to stop you before this even started.
Yeah.
But you know,
and y'all did, like, I'm glad.
Yeah.
And
I'm
Consciouztv, I just want to say, I'm not trying to disrespect anybody in your chat or any of your followers, but I'm saying this. I'm a very logical person, and I don't fall down rabbit holes when it comes to situations. I look at the facts of the matter. Octavius Prime does not owe you an apology. One community does, because he brought you into a situation that you need not be in. Whatever Octavius said, he did not even say your name.
After you was on his panel,
he didn't say no, but your name has not been mentioned.
It hasn't been mentioned since then. But I told him, I say, be careful playing around over there, because them some people you don't want to cross. So Consciouztv, I say you're gonna end up at William McCrae's lap. But you don't want to cross Consciouztv. Well, none of them over that way. So whatever he bringing right now, he bringing on himself.
So my thing is,
well, if
you're looking for a bad guy, get the right bad guy. Don't be out here like somebody who just catches something so they can say that they got somebody to catch. They caught somebody and now the case is closed. No, get the real bad guy if that's the case. And I do understand that Consciouztv, you have to come to your own understanding about this. So
I know he wasn't coming.
I'm a lot like y'all. I can be a very reasonable, diplomatic, emotionally intelligent individual who can be talked to and can understand and comprehend what's happening. So I'm not like a reactionary person who's just going to go flying off the handle. I was going to let the one community obviously come up and give backstory to whatever was happening that I wasn't aware of. But like I said, we was also going to have a whole separate. I was going to evolve that conversation from there because that's just what I like to do with shit. I like to turn it into fertilizer. So we was going to have a whole nother meaningful conversation about how even homophobia impacts Black, gay, straight men who can't even be friends or have any sound relationship to a queer person without themselves coming under fire for just having the capacity to accept people for who they are. So that's the way I was going to curve the heat and kind of take the icing off the top, but we kind of never really got to that. But it is clear for me, like, understand.
My thing, Consciouztv, is this. When you have your conversations about whatever topic you want to have a topic about, if I want to be vested in that topic, then I will tune in. My whole situation has been about Polite and Dr. York and these pedophiles and some other stuff, which has nothing to do with what you're talking about, unless you're going to be talking about some homosexual men that are pedophiling with, like Dr. York, which is a whole nother bag. We do invite you to come in to see about that if you will.
Okay, yeah, because I don't even know who Dr. York is or any of that. So yeah, I would definitely chime in.
Don't fall down that rabbit hole, Consciouztv.
Well, I'm just saying that's what we've been. That's what we've been on. He came with all this other craziness. Like, we don't even understand why this is happening.
You know, we incorporated him because we was supposed to be like, you know, getting Polite and the rest of these perverts out of the community.
That's how I first met one community under that situation, because we were all on the Polite train, and then other things start happening. And just last night, CC will tell you, just last night I was like, oh my God, well, can we talk to him? Can we kind of like try to like get this together? And next thing you know, he has threatened to do something to somebody else, doxing. I mean, just today.
Yeah, he told a friend of mine, if she don't come out and denounce me, he's gonna dox her.
Yeah. See, the reason why I don't the reason why I will have to be slow to like dive in and choose a side on things a lot of times is because even in my own sector,
stuff happens.
We going through like a whole federal lawsuit with another maniac on the streets, and while things do play out online, there's also even more shit that plays out that nobody fucking sees. So when people come to speak and give their opinion, I'm just like, that ain't even like half the story, because nobody's there for the stuff that nobody sees. They only see what is uploaded and what happens in the live, etc. But so when it comes to this, so even with the situation with like the threatening to dox somebody, because I don't know anything about that relationship at all, and I don't know the ins and outs. Literally, I'm just hearing all this shit for the first time. I can only take y'all, you know, I'm hearing what y'all saying, and I would definitely be.
I'm not telling you to go do anything. I'm not telling you to
yeah, for sure.
Like that. We just
for sure.
So that we can get on with our
Consciouztv. Let me answer this one question.
The main thing, we don't want you being weaponized.
If he's
we don't want you to get pulled in some stuff you ain't gotta get off your whatever you doing for.
Because he got multiple enemies right now.
Exactly. But I want to ask you this one question, Consciouztv. If he's one community, why is this happening right now? Is this one community like? Is this one love? Us out here going through the minutia with you?
And y'all really think that he was ill-intended and that this just wasn't a miss? He just missed.
All I know is I told him some stuff, and then he went and did the exact opposite of what I told him.
And if you look at some of his lives, the last couple of lives and stuff, look how many names he threw out there. If you, and I know you know Lady Snoop, because you go in and out the beef sector.
Yeah, like I know who she is.
Ask her.
2.0. You know, Beasley for president. He threw his name out there. Beasley, don't shoot me. It's just in reference.
I don't know who Beasley is. I never heard of Beasley.
Yeah, anytime I had some funk or smoke with somebody, I had it with them. The only person I had exchange of words with was Netter, and I told him exactly how I feel. I don't have no problem telling people how I feel. I don't have no problem telling one community. I was just talking about that last night, that I wanted to have a conversation with him. Let's talk about this so I could tell him how I feel about how he's been throwing people out here and kicking up dust everywhere. And causing us to look bad a little bit. But we didn't even talk about it because we didn't want none of that stuff coming our way because we have bigger fish to fry. But guess what? It made its way. It made its way to the treehouse.
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody's speaking on how they're an empath. So am I. And I'm very sensitive to energies. And I know when someone's looking for something, and I know when someone's actually feeling something. Right now, my spirit is very uneasy because I feel like this is all unnecessary and uncalled for. And there's a bigger thing involved with this.
For sure.
Consciouztv, I'm going to tell you this right now as a mom, as a family person, as a wife. Understand that we are not ill intent.
Oh, for sure. Like
We don't want you
understood.
We don't want you involved with any of this. And honestly, as a person who listens to how I feel, I think you should reach deep down of not what you've seen. And I'm going to say this again, not what you see, what somebody presents to you, but what's surrounding them and how that makes you feel. Because this is a situation where you have to go according to how you feel.
Yeah.
It doesn't make you feel good that you might possibly have been used in a situation that you had nothing to do with. For me, I don't want any problems with one community. I don't want to have no problems with nobody. However, right is right and wrong is wrong. I don't believe in using nobody for anything because it's not right, it's not fair, and it puts you in a crossfire of something, and you're blindfolded. You're blindfolded, and nobody in this chat really knows what's going on, and they're looking at us sideways.
Yeah.
Because they don't know, and they're just going off by what they've seen.
Pretty much what's going on is that he's trying to weaponize Consciouztv against me over a failed relationship with a girl that he liked. That's what's going on.
And I personally think that some people just want something to be amiss. Like, we know something is amiss, but I think some people just want to have somebody to throw the rock at. You know, it's all the comments about bad energy, this, that, and other, and everything's like coming directed our way. But if you really were listening to the situation, then the comments and the things that you're saying, you wouldn't be saying that. You're not listening. You need something to cleave to that is strife. You need somebody to be the enemy. You need these things because you want to jump out there for Consciouztv. But Consciouztv is a grown man. He holds his own, and he has a clear understanding of what's going on. So I don't understand how you guys cannot get to that understanding as well.
Well, I think it's just because they don't have any other proximity to what's going on other than through me. But because I actually got to see the live that one community did, and I got to also hear what Octavius said, I'm definitely able to definitely understand what took place, which is why the issue is definitely completely dead. Hold on, you guys, you can keep talking.
And believe you me, yesterday my tone
we're all
was
family,
different.
and we're all family. Regardless if we know each other or not, if we met each other in person or we just see each other through YouTube, we're all family at the end of the day. And we have to hold our people accountable, whether they like it or not. I put my family first, and I consider CCCTV and Saida and Octavius Prime, everybody on the chat, you even Consciouztv. I don't know you personally, but I do consider you guys family because at the end of the day, we're all here fighting for a cause, and it makes sense. And we all just need to hold our people accountable so that they can change their ways versus, oh, well, because they didn't do it to me, it doesn't matter. It's like they said, like if you see somebody cheat on somebody for you, what makes you think they're not going to cheat on you for someone else?
Right. I'm going to drop down because I got to switch accounts, but I'll be back in a minute.
Okay. Hold up real quick. It's hot and spicy. Hot and spicy, Monica.
What's up?
What's going on, love? Now before you get started.
No, I'm listening.
Okay, because it's not what it seems. It's really not about LGBT. It's more so a kind of about really just where I came up in this whole situation.
All right, I'm
Really, is
listening.
what
I
this
ain't
is
said that.
about.
You called me hot and spicy.
Yes, because yes. Okay, but
Nah, I'm just here to listen.
He said he can't get
I'm
in.
okay. So here's the thing with
He's trying to get in right now. Nobody can get in. Nobody's letting him in.
who trying to get
At the
in?
gate, yeah.
Who trying to get in?
No,
Oh,
no,
I'm
she's
sorry. I'm
talking
at
about.
work. My bad.
Yeah.
Oh no, okay. Hold on. Somebody else just popped in. Let me see who. Okay, this is TripC's. So this is the thing, y'all. It's a lot going on with Black men, and I am just like, I have not watched a lot of. I'm going to be honest. I have not watched a lot of One Community's content because I don't watch a lot of YouTubers on YouTube. I watch a lot of documentaries. I listen to music. I don't really watch other content creators' content. So I definitely did not see all of this happening with Misunderstood. I was in one chat where her name was coming up, and I was barely even paying attention then because I kind of mind the business that pays me. And so I listen but don't listen. But after that, I really didn't hear anything else. But I think that One Community has good intentions. He's, from what you guys are saying, he seems to be going kind of off the cliff and losing his way. And I'm in this position in general where I think we all, as Black and brown folk, are trying to better our community while also being fucked up and broken ourselves. And somehow this heroism and this brokenness is culminating simultaneously. So it makes a lot of people glitch up, even well-meaning people glitch up. And I want to feel that that's maybe, when I listen to what y'all are saying about One Community, that's what's happening. Is a great guy who is also experiencing a lot of contrast, and maybe there's some error on his end, and maybe there's imperfections there that need to be perfected, because everybody here seemed to at one point at least have liked One Community, and then for another reason seem to have digressed, which is perfectly fine too. But
It's not a like or a dislike. What it is that some of us all came in like I'm new, right? And when I came in, I'm just observing. But I didn't have a dislike for One Community, and it could be more going towards the light. But I respect it, right? What he was talking about, because we were talking about polite and we were getting to some things, and he wasn't showing some of the behavior that he's showing now. But then when you do something that is just outrageously wrong, and people are trying to have a conversation with you, like if I see you do something wrong, Consciouztv, I wouldn't blast you out, but I would come to you and say, look,
right,
I don't agree with the way you're moving. Like, listen to me, listen to what I'm saying. This is not right for all these reasons. You shut down, don't answer people's phone calls, you won't talk to nobody, and you just go off on this tangent to where now you're talking about sending the FBI to people's homes and all kinds of stuff that we don't stand for.
CPS.
At least I don't stand for it.
Yeah.
And it became a
Blackmail.
thing. And then you start throwing out people's names. That was the next thing. It seemed like it was a progression from one wrongdoing to another, where you could have just went back and said, hey, you know what? This isn't me. This ain't right. Let me put my apologies out. Like, that he has still not taken accountability. I don't care how many times he tries to make it seem like he did. When you start turning around and then you start another rumor on top of that rumor, oh, she's in a love tangle with 10 toes down. Excuse me, 10 toes down. But I just have to, this is what was said, and it's true. But why did that come about, right? Like, why are you throwing all these people and creating all these stories? Weaving these tales. When is it? When do we say, hey, is this you?
And I just want to say this real quick, so he's about to go live now, and this live was about him. You know, see,
Yeah, he
this,
told
this
me
is the hip.
he told me he was gonna come back. I told him, don't leave me hanging, bro. Like,
Yeah, he left
come
you
speak
hanging.
your
You go to
come,
his community chat. He's live
come
right
speak
now.
your
I could
come
have told
speak
you
your
he wasn't coming
piece.
back.
Like,
He's
As
live right
soon as
now.
you
I'm the
asked
one
him,
that
did he know
I
who
was the
I
villain.
was? And he gave that shifty answer. Oh, I didn't even worry
Yeah,
about the
and the
panel.
thing is, when I came on the panel, it's nothing that he could say to stop what I said at all. You know what I'm saying? So like, we see what it is. He's going live right now, feeling like, well, they gonna take care of Octavius or whatever. You know what I'm saying? He didn't even come back to even speak his piece to rebut anything I said. You know what I mean? Because he know it's true.
Beautiful
It's
day in
nothing.
the neighborhood.
Yeah, and he don't have no receipts to back up anything he's talking about. So
Not a
hey,
lick.
yeah.
yeah, I
I
brought
want
the live
to
link for him right now if you all want to look at it.
I want to welcome Information Man to the panel and welcome the beautiful, wonderful supermodel on site April as well. What's going on, y'all?
Everything is everything. I'm trying to figure out. I just saw your stream, the title, and I'm trying to figure out what exactly is going on.
So in a nutshell, basically, One Community and Octavius got into it. Apparently, there is a woman in the middle of this. There was some banter back and forth, and One Community in that banter was using some gay slurs like suck a dick, cock blower, Cocktavius prime, etc. This then, according to Octavius, warrant him to say, well, how can you use those gay slurs against me and you have a gay friend on YouTube, or you friends with a gay guy, etc. Even though Octavius didn't use my name, and even though Octavius was referring to me, One Community went ahead and just assumed he was talking about me, and then he went live and had my name in the title, and he was stating that Octavius was basically being a homophobe and an anti-queer because he was taking up issue with him having a gay friend. So that led to me waking up to that live and me entering into One Community's chat trying to figure out what was going on, because even when me and his brother had spoke, I did not catch Octavius' name. So I didn't know that this was the same person that I had communicated with on One Community's platform and had a great conversation with. So I was trying to figure out what was going on. So then that just led to me and One Community coming together and us doing this live here, which was supposed to be initially him kind of giving us the backstory, according to him, about Octavius and how this all came together. But then Octavius ended up emailing me and saying, yes, I did say that, but here is the context. I only said that for the point of saying, how can you say that to me when you are cool with the community and you say you support the LGBT community, but you're using anti-queer slurs against me as a cisgender straight male, etc. So I emailed Octavius back and said, well, I'm gonna drop the link. I'm sure that One Community does not mind you coming up and speaking. That actually was not true. And I spoke to One Community afterwards behind stage and was like, well, Octavius emailed me and kind of gave me the context for what's going on. And he was like, well, I don't want to talk to that nigga, da 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 da. I was like, okay, cool. Like, since that's big homie, I was just, and that's who I'm connected to. I was like, well, if you don't want him up, then I'm not going to bring him up. Then I'll just let that be what it was. But then he was like, well, nah, bring him up. So then it was a lot of stuff going on backstage between One Community and Octavius before we even went live. And I was kind of just wanting them to kind of just bring it in together, but One Community really wasn't having it. So One Community believes that Octavius, he meant something nefarious and anti-queer by it. And to Octavius' point, he's like, clearly I brought that up to kind of shut you down because you are the one saying that you're cool with gay people, and yet you calling me all out my name and all this stuff. So now we here, and so now we have TripC's Treehouse, and they was given a lot of backstory to kind of what was going on, and basically saying that my name got weaponized in something that really it's not even about me, and this is about misunderstood, etc., etc., etc. So it's so yeah. Right. So what do you have to say? Like, tell me something good information.
From what I understand about One Community, I mean, ever since I've connected with the brother and his platform and folks that run with him, I mean, the brother seems to be pretty solid, pretty positive brother. He wants a positive platform over there. I think part of the problem, as much as I hate to say this, I think Black people, we have a lot of toxicness inside of us. We have a lot of problems that we're all fighting with. And then unfortunately, I'm not saying all, but some of us, we get on social media and it spills out onto each other, our frustrations about various things in our life, the society that we're in, and we begin to spill it out onto each other. And I'm just going to say this straight up. I don't think it's appropriate for anybody to say any slurs, whether it be racial slurs or sexual slurs. None of it really, at the end of the day, is really a cool thing to do. People say things in the heat of the moment. They express how they feel. And sometimes they can tell you their truth within their anger too. And then sometimes they can lose it and then say, you know what? I wished I wouldn't have said that. I've been in a lot of battles on YouTube with cats, even in the manosphere, debating about this and that, where I've lost my cool. And then I go back and say, man, I shouldn't have said that. I wish I wouldn't have said this. I don't want to present myself that way. And so I hope that out of this situation, Conscious TV, that there can be a resolution or some way that all parties involved can come to an understanding that, hey, I made a mistake. You made a mistake. Let's see what we can do to not do this again. Because the last thing we need to be doing as Black people, no matter what your sexuality is, your sex, we are the last people that we need to be fighting against. We have bigger enemies, bigger fish to fry than fighting each other. And I would say it's unfortunate if words were exchanged and people took them either wrong or people took them very seriously. Conscious TV, you've been nothing but a stand-up guy since I've connected with you too. And I would hate to hear your name be put into someone else's video in a negative way, because from what I can see, you don't go around messing with nobody unless people come for you, obviously. Yeah. And you've been nothing but hospitable. Me and you have had some debates on Olivia's channel where we had difference of opinion. Yeah. But at the end of the day, we were able to say, okay, we have some differences, but at the end of the day, we're not going to hate on each other. And then out of that, you can grow. So, yeah. I mean, I don't mean to sound preachy up here to anybody, but I kind of wish that somehow we as a people could figure out a way we can heal and also get away from this type of stuff, because it really hurts your channel and it really hurts us on the platform. It really does.
Yeah. No, I totally agree with that. And like your experience, like that's why I'm kind of like a little bit saddened, because like your experience of one community, I have had a positive experience of him and I like his message, and
nobody is saying for you guys to not support one community. Yep. I think that what needs to be said with all clarity and very clearly is that everybody has the right to support who they want to support, like who they like. What I'm saying and what is being said by the members of the Treehouse is basically, do not slander a person's character, okay? And then think that that person is not going to stand up for themselves. If you're going to come with a narrative or you're going to come with something, let it be factual, not based on a lie or, turned in some type of way. That's why we're here. We're not going against one community in the sense of that we're just trying to say he's just a horrible person, but we're saying look at what's been going on, because the actions have been horrible. So the last time we've seen anything, you had threw up all these content creators' names. Now you have attacked a person at one point in time that you were cool with and have put a label on them that doesn't fit them. Is that right? It's like you're progressing from one egregious event to another egregious event. That is wrong, period. We're talking about right and wrong.
Mm-hmm. And this is also the main reason why I decided not to even do YouTube, honestly, because I don't want to be a part of the drama. I honestly don't. And people, like I said, the reason why we're really not telling anybody the backstory, because we don't want to put anybody in this. You get what I'm saying? So it might sound all mixed up and mumble jumbled, but at the end of the day, we're respecting other people, including myself, But I
Can I say
solely
something?
chosen.
Excuse
I
me.
chosen to not even do YouTube because I don't want to be a part of anybody's drama.
Yeah, for
Can
sure.
y'all hear me?
Yes, on site April, we can definitely hear you. What's going on, boo?
Okay, my internet is acting up, and I just want to say this. I'm from the beef sector. And this dude, Kemmunity, my first impression of him, all this started by the female. The man feelings is hurt. The man can't take rejection.
Thank you so
And
much.
I'm telling you, Conscious, because you my baby, you my spirit animal. So you know I'm gonna keep it 1,000.
Yes.
Hey.
Now I don't know about his content or whatever, but when he came up on Snoop in the beef sector, now y'all keep him over here because he too weak to be in the beef sector. Because if a piece of pussy gonna make you lose your mind like that, and then you done took it to where you bringing in my spirit animal, Consciouztv, you bringing in other women, other men, because a female don't want you, nigga. Man, y'all keep that nigga over here, man. Conscious, I'm telling you, baby, all this started by the female. That nigga feelings hurt and his heart broke.
I thank you
now,
so
I don't
much
know
for
if
that.
his balls done dropped yet, but he need to
You
drop
worried
them.
about me saying something.
You're right.
And he need to stay, and y'all need to keep him over here in y'all conscious community or wherever he at, cause a nigga too weak for the motherfucking beat sector, nigga. Keep him over there. We don't need that shit. But conscious, baby, what they're trying to tell you,
we just love
what they're trying to tell you, conscious, all this started.
I don't even got to do nothing.
Conscious, what they're trying to tell you, the nigga in his feelings about some female.
But that's not
and
his
all, this where all this started from.
But that's not his perspective on site. He's
a lie. And you know I ain't gonna lie.
I wanted to insert myself just for a moment.
I think
Hello,
your internet.
Boo,
hold on,
boo, you know I ain't gonna lie to you.
I think that your Wi-Fi connection on site is going in and out because it kind of blotched up a lot toward the end of what you were saying, boo. I just want to make sure that on site April complete her thought, and then I'm gonna let you chime in to Miss Melanin T.
Okay, all right. Can you hear me?
No, it's still breaking up real bad.
What about
it's still
now?
breaking up real bad. I'm gonna go. Oh, Miss Melanin done dropped. Can you still hear me on site, April? Miss Melanin, if you out there, hit the link again, boo. I was gonna let you chime in after on site, April. But we still can't hear you on site, so I think you're still having some connection issues. But as it relates to one community, this brother clearly got okay, so I don't stand for doxing either. I don't, because I've been dragging a whole doxer out here my damn self. So team no doxer, team none of that. But it's also clear to me that one community is got a lot of love in him. Is there no way for us to love him back into the fold, is there like, I don't, because I know that y'all are saying this is not about making him look like a terrible person, obviously, but so how can we help?
I think I'm going to step off, but Consciouztv, I think the people that are most involved, Octavius as well as Kemmunity, I think there needs to be a coming together of the people that are most impacted by this, that need to have the conversation. We can all come up here and give our opinions and try to say this is what the man is and that is. The bottom line is we don't really, all you really know of people is what you see of them on social media, unless you know them personally off of these platforms. I think the people involved, I think even Kemmunity One, if he will accept the invite, there should be a way to get those involved together and try to hash out in any kind of way the differences and the problems, and maybe we can come. You can come to an area in which there can be love, a resolution. I don't know. I just hate to see people. I hate to see this kind of stuff happening. I know it does happen, but can that happen?
But I don't think so. And the reason why is, if you look at the title of this YouTube stream, he was the one that's supposed to be victimized for standing up for gay people. But And when I started telling the truth about him, he left. He even started another live while this live is going right now. So he disrespected the panel just by doing something else and doing his own thing and not even taking the like I've been up all day dealing with him just put my name in lives. I haven't got any sleep, but I'm still going to honor the panel enough to be here to be heard. Like people want to question me, I'll give the answers, right?
And I appreciate
But like
that.
you know what I'm saying? Like I told Conscious in the back chat, I was like, I ain't been sleep all day. I was pretty much talking a little bit incoherent.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He wasn't even going to come up because he was that tired.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the thing is this is malicious, you know, and purposeful. And the thing is, he did another live. I just put the link. You see the YouTube link? That was recent in the chat.
Yeah. See,
Yeah,
I've been working on, I've been in the laboratory working on content, and then when I stopped doing what I was doing, and I saw the thumbnail, I was like, "What's going on?" And I said I had to come over and see what's going on because I don't want to see anybody be abused or talked about, and particularly people that I think are pretty cool. I hate the fact that this is happening because, like I said, I like one community in terms of what his platform stands for. He's always talking about being an entrepreneur and getting your own, your own stuff, merchandise. And he's a talented guy, and he's offering his services if you need graphics on your channel. And then I like Consciouztv because Consciouztv always puts it down. He examines issues. Very fair and balanced brother over here, and I'm one of these brothers. I'm just I'll be 52 next month. I'm past all the sexuality issues, the gender issues, I'm just kind of past all of that. And I'm saying, as Black people, whatever our personal differences are, I wish there was a way that we could still not have issues with each other where we do have to bring up the slurs, whatever those slurs are, okay, on either side of the fence. But if things can't be worked out, it is what it is. It's what happens on YouTube sometime. But it's tough because this was the last thing I was expecting to hear. I'm really telling the truth.
Me and you woke up to it together. I woke up.
I mean, goddamn! I'm like, what the hell's happening? Anything happens on YouTube at any minute when you turn your head.
Information man. So
yes,
I wanted to just insert myself for one moment. I do apologize for interrupting. And I want to say,
I got no problem.
I want to say that I am so proud of you all. A lot of times we look at the negatives of what transpires in our community, and we don't give ourselves a credit for the love that we have for each other. And so I definitely want to come here and appreciate that we're having a conversation in maturity and in love and in sound reason. I think that is something that we have to remember, that we do have it. Despite what we're dealing with right now, and despite the things that we see happening within our communities, we do have the capability to love each other through the struggles and the difficulties. So I am proud to sit here on this panel to share my perspective of how great you all are and how proud I am that you're standing in your truth, but you're being respectful to one another. And I think that's something that we have to continue to carry as we're trying to sift through a lot of this, trying to figure out what's really going on. I don't think we'll ever really know what's going on, even all the parties that are involved, because a lot of this is a personal situation. And so it's going to require that the persons go inward and deal within themselves to figure out what is in balance and what needs to be brought to balance and deal with that personally before a resolution can come together as a community for the ones that have been hurt throughout this drama per se. And so, what we can do to help, as you ask Consciouztv, I think what we can do to help is encourage those persons. Encourage those persons that are a part of this to go inward and to deal within themselves. That's what we can do to help, right? And then all the other stuff will resolve itself. But first we have to set aside our ego and recognize that we love one another and it's okay for us to be wrong. And when we are wrong, that we're not going to be belittled because we say that we're wrong. So I just want to take this opportunity to say that I love you all, and I thank you for being who you are, standing in your truth, whatever that truth is, and having the decorum that you've had on this panel to try to sift through all of this.
Wow. Well, thank you for that burst of feel good, Miss Melanin, and that was amazing. And yes, that's what we should be able to definitely do, is reason and come to understanding together, and also be able to disagree in harmony, because disagreeing doesn't have to lead to conflict.
Okay,
And,
but this is not
I have a theory on why that doesn't happen.
Let's not let the conflict of the truth be a conflict. Let's let the truth be recognized that Octavius wanted to use a community to come against a person to fight a battle. And that's what I disagree with. And I say Octavius owes that community an apology. And that's the bottom line. I have not yet to hear this brother apologize for and the insanity of using somebody's name to make a video is outrageous.
I made a video.
Octavius, though. That was
does not have the right to use and disgrace somebody's brand. This man is a business.
he didn't use my name though, Miss Barbara. He didn't use my name at all.
Oh, I thought he put it on a video.
I don't even have a YouTube channel.
It was one community who had put my name in his video.
Yes. I thought he did. Okay, sorry.
No, I didn't do that.
Okay.
Yeah, no, he didn't do that. No, Octavius is fine.
I don't even have a YouTube channel like that.
Yeah,
I haven't published in 5 years.
Well, it's good. It's good that you put that out, Conscious, because you have situations like that other people will doggone gravitate to, and things will get further out of control. Now, with a lot of this stuff going on YouTube, my theory, like I said, it's just my theory. You get people that are trying to get on YouTube, be content creators. They're falling into any sort of drama of any kind, and they're doing that to build up their viewing hours to attempt to get monetized. Then once they're monetized, they continue on, and their content is basically drama-laden content. And that's all. I mean, they don't talk about different anything. It's just the same old. Well, I heard over on such and such page. Like, I'll just use what I'm seeing on TV right now. People running for mayor in Atlanta. I see Chimes' page. He said da. Now they start fighting, and they contacted Montlick injury attorneys, and you know what I mean. I'm just ad-libbing with different names I'm seeing on TV. And they do that to bring attention to themselves, to try to build up view hours, just for their own popularity, And then you hit some that they get a little bit of a fan base, and they try to get their whole doggone group of people to go against another person that they have an issue with, because whatever personal reason they have against that individual. It's just like when I was listening to the show, and you had said something. I told my son, I said, you see, I said, that's why I listen in here. He's like, huh? I said, he just said something that made so much damn sense, it probably went over people's head. Like, what I didn't hear. You pay attention to what pays you. Stop me when I lie.
I mean, that's pretty commonplace on YouTube. There's people who make content for a variety of reasons. People that are clout chasing, people who want to gain a name. The truth of the matter is, if you are a content creator and you're on YouTube, then of course you want to be known. Of course you want people to watch. Why the hell would you be on YouTube? Of course you want that. It's how far you're willing to do that at the expense of other people and your own character. That's what I'm saying. I want success on YouTube like anybody else, but I'm not willing to dox people, to put people's kids out there and undermine women or men or whoever. That's just not my style, right? And but that don't mean that I need to go around telling other people what they need to do. Now, if they ask me their advice, I'm going to give them the honest answer. Well, I feel maybe, you shouldn't get into that kind of stuff. But other than that, we're dealing with grown people. We're not kids here. And these type of incidents, no disparaging anybody up here, but it's almost like being back in elementary school again. It's mine. No, it's yours. No, it's mine. No, give me my toy back. It's
like eighth grade. It's just like eighth grade. And that's why I said I have a theory. I started out saying this is my theory from what I've noticed, because there's people that, you just trying to da. I'm like, whoa. I said, number one, I use my professional name. You could Google Leonard Remix Roy, click enter, and there be my history within house music.
Right.
I'm not on YouTube trying to build my name up where it's Googleable and da.
Yeah, but I don't think.
Oh, my son just came. Yeah. My son just came out the room. He's like, Dad, it's people at my job that know you. That it's like, you're his son? What's he doing these days? He's like sitting at home on YouTube drinking beer.
I just want to remind everybody I haven't done a video in almost 4 to 5 years, since 2017. So just to let everybody know, I was dragged into this because there was about 4 or 5 lives made today from around 3 a.m. about me, and where I couldn't even comment on the live.
Wow.
And then the thing is, like, you go to my YouTube page now, there's nothing there but something from Polite in 2017. That's the last time I published it. So I haven't been on here clout chasing. I made a private friendship with somebody, and that friendship may have may have been something else going on the other end that I didn't know about. But this is pretty much over somebody getting in their feelings, from my point of view, over a woman. All right. So, and the thing is, I didn't bring this woman out. I didn't even give this woman name. So I want to protect her privacy. But there was also this person, one community. He said, if she don't come out, you go to his live. We go to his one of his last few videos. If she don't come out tomorrow to slander me or whatever, say that I'm a loser or whatever, he's going to air her out too.
And let me say something.
I saw that happen.
Can I say this real quick? I want to say something about the elementary thing. You're right. It's elementary, at least for me, to be factual. It's elementary to tell the truth. It's elementary to not go out and disparage people. All these things are very elementary. It's elementary to protect yourself against somebody slandering your character. For me, these things are elementary. So yeah, it is very elementary.
I understand what you're saying.
I saw this one stream, right? You had
that's ignorant. Elementary.
Excuse me. For the cough, excuse me. You had this stream, and it's a YouTuber, not gonna say their name. And they were talking about this other YouTuber, not gonna say her name. And this guy went on and on for about 90 minutes, right? Talking about, I'm showing receipts, I'm showing facts, and da. He even went to the point and said, I've texted her that I'm live. I've sent her a StreamYard link. If she does not come in on the show, just to prove how much of a liar she is, I have a recorded phone call of she and I'm going to play the phone call for all of you all to hear. And I'm just sitting here like, dude, something is wrong with you.
But you know what's so funny?
How hard is it to just leave somebody the hell alone.
But you know what's funny about that,
Is it
Leonard?
that hard to leave people alone?
Here is a lot of what the issue is that these social media streets are ruthless and merciless, and people run with narratives. I was involved in a situation 2 years ago with another content creator where this person wanted to bring somebody to me that they claim somebody who they claim had some information on another content creator who had spoke bad about me and this content creator who contacted me initially. And that initial conversation between us three was recorded. I did not know I was being recorded at the time. Now, I had nothing to be afraid of because I'm an integral person who say what the fuck I need to say to who the fuck I need to say it about. And I can say what I need to say behind the scenes in front of the scenes and be direct because I don't leave no stone unturned. How I keep recordings and text messages from being crazy is by just simply being consistent. Like, if you just don't do no fake shit, if you just don't do no fuck shit, if you just ain't talking out both sides of your neck, it doesn't matter who records you, because at the end of the day, everybody who you communicating with is well informed. So it didn't bother. I knew that nothing could come of the recording because I didn't say anything sideways in the recording. But because that person had recorded me, I then started recording conversations. And then what ended up happening is things kept getting crazy. So I had put the dialogue, the phone conversation between me and this content out on my Patreon. And then the person who kind of initially came in with the external information heard that conversation, because me and that person fell out as a result of things going wrong in our initial conversation. But when she heard my confrontation with this other content creator, because she was thinking that I didn't like her, she was thinking that I just had it out for her and that I was taking this person's side and this person's side against her. She had no idea that I was completely disinterested in any type of beef. She had no idea that I kept telling the person who was telling her all this problematic stuff. She had no idea that, like I didn't have anything to say about her. Like, I had not made no videos, no nothing. Like, I literally was walking my talk. Like, I don't have no problem with you. I don't know you to have a problem with you. So, but to say all that, to say that recorded conversation ended up leading her to apologize to me, because had she not heard it for herself, had she not heard me confronting that content creator, basically asking him, why are you mixing my words back to her, gassing her up when I'm speaking to you very clearly? There's really no way for you to conflate what I'm saying to you, and yet somehow you still are remixing my sentences. And I even told him in the recording that I'm going to start recording you just to keep tabs, since you can't transfer information correctly. And thank God I did, because had I not recorded and had not put that information, now that's obviously much different than what you're talking about, which is blackmail and threatening people and using stuff to to make people bend their will. But I'm just saying all that to say that it literally be so much insanity and spider webbing going on that unfortunately, you have to protect your end of things, because if you leave it to these people will twist everything, bend everything, weaponize everything. They will have you caught up in shit that literally you have no relationship to, just because they either don't know how to get it right or they're intentionally trying to set shit off. So if you don't have that added insurance and make sure that you covering your own ass, people will have you out here looking crazy.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey,
With the
Consciouztv,
situation I was talking about.
I'm okay.
Hang on. Let me just make this. I'm about to get ready to drop off, but let me say this: where when you look at YouTube and where a lot of beefing comes from, it's always related to these damn panels. People get on panels. They have difference of opinions, or they believe that their opinion is more truthful than your opinion. And then that's where the emotions come out, the screaming, the yelling, the going back and forth. That's one of the reasons why I've had a couple of panels on my channel recently, but personally, I don't really tend to like doing a lot of panels because that's really where a lot of the beefing begins in some cases, because people get caught up in their emotions on panels and then they feel that you embarrass them in front of many people watching. And because Black people, we as a people, we become emotional and we want to be heard because we're not heard in the larger society. And and it all spills off emotionally on the panels because, like anything, you're not going to let somebody talk to you a certain way. People bring all of all of who they are in their issues to these panels. And sometimes people can't just agree to disagree and move on. People hold this stuff inside them and then they go back to their channels and make a video about you, or they're talking about you to somebody else, and then they get their followers to not like you and vice versa, and then shit doesn't go anywhere. And that's why that I've been noticing over the years, why when you ask yourself why can't Black YouTube grow like it should, is because we keep destroying each other's channels. And that's why Black YouTube has not grown to the level that it should grow, because people get your channel snatched down, people are doxing, we're constantly doing shit instead of figuring out a way we can work together and get away from the bullshit. And that's the reason why I personally don't tend to get on panels as much as I did in the past, because it just leads to bullshit in the end. But I hope in the end, though, I hope that things can be worked out. I hope that the everyone involved can come to a resolution where people can move on, not dox each other, not be nasty toward each other, not talk about each other anymore. And I hate to see that everybody that's involved in some way or another, it has had an impact on them one way or the other. So I hope things can get better. I don't like to see this, but this is the way of social media, unfortunately. Thank you, brother.
No, thank you so much for coming up. Everything you just said was true. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you, everybody. Take care. Have a great rest of your week.
All right, take care, brother.
Y'all, we got to be able to figure this shit out, or this is literally what's going to keep everybody in their own little segregated cubby holes. And if we're all participating in individuality to that extent, we're never going to be able to come together on shit that actually matters. We're never going to be able to sit our differences, our similarities, our nothing aside. I don't know how the fuck we're going to overcome that hunch and how we're going to get past our division. But if we stay divided, the system will continue to abuse us and use us and exploit us, and we'll continue to stay done the fuck in, and we'll never have any type of transcendence under the shit.
It's called respect for one another. It's called treating one another like you want somebody to treat you. That's all. It's just having respect for one another and being honest. That's what I like about your panel. You are always truthful, regardless what kind of identity a person identify themselves with. If they wrong, they wrong. They right, they right. And that's what you got to stick with. And I feel like I'm not going to sugarcoat, people trying to use communities to destroy one another, uproaring a community of people, bringing a community of people into a petty, disgusting argument. Oh, well, they call me this. It's not what people call you. It's definitely what you answer to. That's it. Just learn to respect. We got to, now, these days, we have to respect the pronouns. That's very important. I don't like to use none of them. Heterosexual, I don't like to use none of them. You know my thing on that. I don't like people that label themselves. Everybody's a human being. Let's treat each other like human beings. Let's treat each other like human beings. Let's respect each other, religion, lifestyles. And it's just called respect. And if you find yourself not knowing something, learn to be open-minded. Oh, well, this is a pronoun I'm supposed to use this day or time. Oh, well, forgive me. I'm ignorant to it. Now I know. I apologize. Let's move on. One of the most nice things I heard on one of these reality shows where you very rarely could hear anything positive was a brother saying to another brother, that identifies themselves as bisexual. He says, a heterosexual man would never have a problem with you, bro, because they know how they stand. In other words, a heterosexual man, a real man that's heterosexual, will not take his time out to try to insult another man. And I respected that comment. So I want you to stay blessed. You know, I'm always hovering
for sure.
and I'm gonna go back and listen and tell you.
Boo, I love you. And look, I don't know where the hell you disappeared to, but I'm glad you found your way back to the kingdom, because a few months ago, I realized somebody had blocked you, because I was like, I haven't seen my queen in here in a minute. Where's she at? And then I went over to your channel and I was checking around, and I was like, how the hell did she end up blocked? So I had to unblock you. And I think I left you a message on one of your videos saying, I don't know how the hell you got blocked, boo, but you are unblocked. Please come back home, honey. So,
I didn't know what
can I just say
happened
this?
there. Yes.
And that's what me and Consciouztv came to about respect for one another. Because like we talk about, you know, how secularism can provide protections for, you know, LGBT rights, abortion rights, and a lot of things like that. But then also secularism can also
I'm not with no abortion. That's murder.
Oh, no, I'm just saying for in general. I'm not saying whether it's right or wrong. I'm just, but then I'm also on the reverse. What I enlighten him upon is that there are people that are religious that feel like their DNA is important. You know what I mean? In this day and time when there's mandates, and that's all I can say. But you get the gist of what I'm saying. And now there's persecution that's taking place against those who are to themselves, like myself, and don't want to subscribe to that, you know, because it's like my body, my choice. But then now you got these, you know, these edicts or mandates that are violated, and that's what I enlightened the brother on. It's like it all goes back to what we came together from polar opposites of the spectrum. We came together and said there is what you said. We got to find mutual respect at the end of the day for individual rights, whether they be religious or they be, because at the end of the day, everybody
leave
personal
religious
choice
out of it.
choice.
Leave religious out of it. Just human life, period. I'm not jacking no religions. I'm not jacking nothing. I serve the Holy Spirit. Okay, that's what I serve. All right.
But you and Octavius Prime are saying the same thing. Like if you have respect for humanity, then that encompasses respecting
it doesn't
that makes us human, like whether it's our belief systems or whether it's our orientations, whether it's our freedom of thought, our freedom of speech.
No, I don't appreciate the freedom of choosing life. Abortions is murder. That's what I'm talking about.
And
that's a belief system that needs to be protected. If you believe that, that's what I'm saying.
And you should have the right to actually believe that. Is what he's saying. Like like all of that, right? Like the right to say you don't believe that that's right. The right to argue your point. The right to contest and challenge the abortion system. Like you should have that right. Just like people should have the right to have agency and autonomy over their own bodies. People should have the right to have the last say so over whether I take the jab or whether I want to terminate a pregnancy because of health issues or because I was a product. This baby is a product of a rapist, and I am too traumatized to look at this child without constantly seeing my trauma reflected in how the child conceived. Like, because abortion isn't like something that women are excited and just rushing to the abortion clinic, you know, to execute. Women go through a lot who resort to abortion.
I think after every rape, a woman should be immediately scraped out. After every rape, with no questions asked, for her not to know if she was impregnated or not. I think she needs to just be cleaned out, period. After every, if rape occur, I'm going to thank God for the lives. You know, I am a victim of the government allowing me to have 4 abortions, you know, and every day of my life, I consider myself to be a murderer. Okay. And that's the bottom line. That's why a lot of children in our family are born today, because I advocate every day. Do not If you don't want to get pregnant, use contraception. Don't have sex at all, and a lot of things, you know. But I'm going to stand on that.
Yeah,
I'm
for
going to
sure.
stand on that.
Yeah, no, it's fine. And I appreciate you guys coming up. I do have to leave. I do have to bounce.
Yeah, I have to go also, but I'm glad we can end on a good note. And
Thank you,
well,
Conscious. I
all
love
right. Well, you all enjoy yourselves, and the next time I catch you live, if I click on my phone,
I'll be live.
Okay.
The universe got me. It got me working overtime these days online. So I'm sure I'll be back. So thank you for coming up, Leonard. To you, Miss Barbara, thank you so much. Love you. Know I always appreciate you and love you to death. And Octavius, thank you for emailing me, and thank you for definitely reaching out to me and you know, putting everything into context. I do receive it, so
I appreciate it.
I appreciate
Thank
you
you so much.
All right, no problem. So you guys heard it first, y'all. We got a lot of work to do. I do want to end this live and say that I absolutely love One Community. He has been absolutely amazing since I have experienced him. I really hate that a lot of the things that are going on, and because I don't know enough about the facts, I know what people are doing, I know what people are threatening, but I don't know the reality of why that's happening. So I'm just going to reserve my opinion. I'm going to reserve my thoughts on that because I don't know the why. And because I am a part of my own set of drama, and I know that there's a reason why things happen. I know there's a reason why people move the way that they moved, and sometimes it's based upon a lot of things that we don't see because we base a lot of what we understand on what happens on the surface. So I get it from all perspectives. But One Community, this was a show that he was supposed to be spotlighting. He never returned. I would have loved for him to come back. I would have loved for him to speak to the things that were said and for him to, you know, add in whatever was necessary for him to add in. I don't like that he didn't get to be here to speak to these things. Yes, my name was used. I don't believe that it was that he got me caught up in this maliciously. I think it was just miscommunication. I want to give him that. It was just misunderstanding on his part, maybe. I want to give him that. But my God, y'all, like like everybody who came up here was really wonderful. It's just a shame when the bullshit gets interjected into all of this because you see things in everybody's spirit that you like and that are necessary for us to progress. And I just want us to just, as Gary said, you know, this is going to take a massive divorcing from our egos if we are going to have any shot at standing in solidarity. Everybody's going to have to get over themselves. Everybody is going to have to be really disciplined emotionally, be disciplined mentally. We're going to have to develop some massive emotional intelligence. We're going to have to also be more in love with the mission and the assignment more so than we're in love with ourselves. The reason why I think a lot of things go wrong in the Black conscious community is because it's too much individuality. It's too many, as I think information was stating and Leonard was stating, there's too much emphasis on I. Everybody wants to be that woman. I want to be that dude. And this ain't about none of us. When we're talking about the things we are dealing with and interfacing with on a systemic level, when we're talking about intergenerational transference of trauma, when we're talking about systemic fucking oppression, this is beyond anybody deeming themselves as a pharaoh. This is about something much greater than our own egos and the satisfaction of being adored by subscribers and viewers. And we just need more people who actually are in love with the work, in love with the path to truth and justice and prosperity, people who are interested more so in being a construction worker and an architect and contributing to the vision for all. Like, I think Gary literally hit that shit on the head. we're gonna have to get the fuck over ourselves. If we don't, we will be doxing, stalking, slandering, cyberbullying, disgracing each other from here to the end of the earth, while pale supremacy's capitalism sucks us all dry and kills our children and our children's children spiritually, physically, economically, etc. And the same nefarious demonic ass systems that got their foot on our neck will be standing 100 years from now, and will be standing 100 years from then if we don't get over our fucking selves. We got to get over our fucking selves. We have to do that. So, one community, man. I love you, dog. Reach out to me, sir. You didn't bring your ass back. So now I gotta throw you around a little bit. And thank you, Octavius Prime, for coming up and hitting me up and just being for the resolve and you know, dousing down the fire. TripC's Treehouse, I think. A Melanin Queen. Everybody who came up. Everybody, Nick. Everybody who came up, Miss Barbara. Thank y'all so much. I gotta get out of here. I got shit to do.